Okay, I believe it's recording, and it'll record whatever's on the monitor and on the webcam, I think,
Thank you.
right? I believe this is gonna get in the way.
Maybe set is just showing the face every time.
How do I minimize it?
IRL options.
I don't know if it's gonna let us. If I go back here, this is us testing this out.
Testing.
I think you can go here. It's still recording, okay? So how do I do it so that I can take the window out?
Can you just hide the window? No, oh no, it doesn't have.
No, it doesn't let you. I mean, I guess you're gonna have to record it and just see what happens.
It's okay.
We'll
Yes,
put it down
yes,
here.
yes, yes, yes.
Okay, and then this will put. I'll let you put it over here. Here we go. Right? Okay. Go ahead. Let's see if that helps.
Thank you. Okay, guys. So why do I put lines 5, 6, and 7? Anybody?
Because we get more than one method.
Anybody? Halfway, Kim. So again, I said that we have to be Google friendly, right? And Google will ask you for instance, line 5, and something that you see in the website when you Google website all the time. And what it is? Description. Okay? 2 lines, no more than 2 lines. You go to IKEA and says, warehouse that distribute, yada, yada, yada. Okay? And the content is where you type that description. I'm gonna just put a pound sign. Oh, pound sign here. Come on, Mark. Okay? The other one, something that you use a lot is what? You are looking for a lawyer. So you're gonna put lawyer in St. Petersburg, lawyer in Clearwater, something like that, right? So here is where you put your keywords. Okay, again, there is no limit for the number of keywords. In content, you put your keywords. Okay, now, first step for your responsive. You're gonna put viewport. Okay. And content. I had to memorize this. Or you can have this in a file. You just copy and paste. And it's going to be width equal device width, comma, initial scale 1.0. This is important for you. This line is very important for when you are doing I'm sorry, a responsive website. So line 7 is one that is the beginning of everything. I'm going to use that exercise project 1 business website. Okay. So what is the first thing that you should start? An idea? Project 1. I'm going to do project 1. Okay. What do you think I should do first? Thinking, guys. I have to start with something, right?
Gotta have a heading.
Before this. I'm planning in my mind that. Okay, so how I do it? What do I do first? Okay, I'm gonna make it easy for you. You're gonna create something. For instance, if you build a house, You're gonna build where?
Foundation.
Okay, so what is this? It's gonna be, I'm gonna use a div, okay? So, you notice that I open and I close all the time, okay? And because I'm gonna use more than one div, I have to find a way to CSS know the difference between them. What should I use? ID. Okay. And I'm gonna call this what it is, wrap. All my projects, I always do that. I use inside, my website is inside a wrap. Okay? And since I'm not gonna use a CSS, because it's going to be a pain, I'm gonna use, have you ever used the inline or inside CSS? Or what do you use? CSS external, right? Have you ever used inside?
Style?
Style?
Yeah, we use style.
Okay. So I'm gonna use style. Anybody? How should I start it?
Each one. With your wrap.
I will start with body. Why? Because the body you can put a background color, background photo. Okay? So body is going to be my first one. Okay? And okay, I'm gonna use something that uses the pound sign.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm going to use okay, 000000. This is gonna make my website with my background which color? Black. Mm-hmm. And I didn't save this yet, so I'm gonna save this. Save as. And I'm gonna put this in the desktop. And I'm gonna call demo. Okay? This is my demo. My background. Now, remember, when you do this, remember that when you put your text, what's going to happen? If I start to put H1,
Can't see it.
none, why? Because it's black, right? Okay. So, I will also take care of this. I'm going to make my font. And I'm going to use something called the Verdana. And I'm going to use color. And I'm going to use FF. That's the opposite. And I think that's it. What did I use? Okay, guys, here where I'm going to start the progressive. I'm going to color, this is my div, right? I'm going to put a background color. Which color should I use?
Yellow.
Yellow, okay. FF 00. I'm gonna do my width. Okay, I would like when I shrink my screen, my div shrinks also, right? If I put pixel, what's going to happen? Well, first of all, it's going to be always, if I choose, for instance, 10 pixels, it's going to be always 10 pixels, right? Okay, 100 pixels. And I save. Okay, this is just it's 100 by 50. Nothing happens, right? Okay, I did 80%. Why I did 80%? I'm gonna change the size of. Look what happened. It stays 80% of the width all the time, and this is what a responsive is. Okay, so let me make this 100%. And let me make this 200.
Trying to cater you guys as much as you can. Feeding you.
Yeah, let me get up.
There you go. I don't bet you're gonna see a little bit of the bottom.
Come on.
Yeah, it's really cute out there. Okay.
Yeah, I just had this like thing that thought was gone all the time. Yeah. And I got a twisted. It was claw twisted. I want that 2.5 years. I said, you can see that going. I sit down in my chair, kind of slouch to the side, look to the table.
Now, guys, what if I want to change also to make the flexible, the vertical flexible also?
The height.
The height, yes, the height.
Go to percentage.
Okay, I'm gonna do percentage. 80% will be okay?
Yeah.
Okay,
Take 80%.
80%. And I go here.
What do?
What happened?
Goofed up.
What happened? I just follow instructions.
Yeah. It can't be a percent.
Can't be a percentage. What should be?
We had earlier. No, was it? Did he put it in there? Or
Anybody? I use a percentage for the height and didn't work. And it's not gonna work. No, it's not gonna work.
It's because both 100% or?
There is something that you guys didn't learn yet, it's called VW. What is VW? It's the width. It's the width of the window. Okay? And it works this way. Let me put it 10, 20. VW. Okay? And this 20 means there's a 20% of the width of the view. Okay? Yep. Now when I do this, you see that the width, the height also changes. Doesn't stay the same. Okay? Any
guys
question?
see it?
Any question?
Changes with it. How cool is that? And he used, did you use percentage?
VW.
Oh, you used VW?
It's called VW. And it's going to take this width here and get the percentage that I'm giving. If I put 100, it's going to cover the whole thing. Now, since I'm using this, I can use a percentage inside this 100%. I can go in my div here, and I create another div.
You can have divs inside divs.
You guys are using ID, right?
IDs and classes.
ID, okay.
Classes.
Do you know what is the difference between ID and class? Anybody?
They definitely do.
IDs.
ID and what?
IDs and classes.
Yeah, ID, we only have one ID, we have multiple class.
Very good.
Okay, this is good. They don't know why, right?
Do you know why?
Okay, it's unique, but why? Do you know one thing that you're gonna use ID for?
Contact.
Oh, yeah, contact. Only one
Okay.
contact.
Class used for
They don't know JavaScript yet, but
Oh, yeah, they don't know
JavaScript
JavaScript.
only work with ID. Only work with ID. Class, well, although you can use jQuery, but
Yeah.
JavaScript only recognizes ID, no classes. So I'm gonna call this nav, right? And my nav, I'm going to put a text here. It's going to be, oops, 81. And so I called this nav, right? And the nav. Any color?
Orange.
Orange? Okay, let's make orange. So how do I do this using the 6 numbers? Do you guys understand how works the 6 numbers?
The hexadecimal?
Hexadecimal.
Okay, what it means the hexadecimal? That's a good question. This is a good question. What is
Hex
this?
means 6, right?
Like, background color.
In fact, hexa means 16. Hexa means 16.
Oh, it means 16.
Why? Anybody? Because it's the number of
Color.
no, the number of digits that you use. Normally, the decimal system, dec means that 10. The word dec means 10. It's 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 10 digits, right?
10 digits.
But in this case, they are using 16. So how do they figure out the other numbers, the other six numbers? They just put letters.
Yep.
9, A, B, C, D, E, F. And then you make 16. So when you don't have anything black, it's 0. 0, 0, 0, 0, 0 is going to be black. The opposite is going to be white, so it's going to be all F's. And the colors is going to be everything in the middle. Now, you have six numbers, right? Okay.
So that's black.
Each pair, the first two ones represent what? The first two zeros
Represent what? Why?
represent what? R, red. Right? So if I make FF, I'm making red. Okay, so means that I have red as the highest numbers and all the other ones zeros. So I'm gonna make this 80% of and my height. I'm gonna use VW again. And in this case, I'm going to use 15 VW. So it's gonna be a little smaller. Why I can't see? Okay, good idea. Okay, what did I forget, you guys?
Change the color of
Change
the
the
text.
change the text color. Right?
No, but look, I said that my nav should be background color red. Why is not red?
Because
Code.
yeah, 0, 0, 0.
What is my mistake?
0, 0 and Y.
Where? What I didn't do?
Because that's the wrong. No, wrong color.
Okay, let's see. Here I have the idea. Oh, there you are.
Has to be under.
We don't need that.
I had this.
Oh, we don't need that.
Okay, so I didn't do this intentionally, but this is the kind of thing that happens, that you go crazy about something that doesn't work, and it's just a stupid mistake. So it was not working because of this. Okay, so if I go here, chances are that everything is going to be fine now. Okay, and again, because I use a percentage in VW, is responsive. Okay, now, can I make you notice that the text didn't change? It's the same size, right? Okay, so an idea based on what I just did, how can I change the size of the text and make it responsible also? Because the way it is, when I put this in a phone, it's going to be a huge text because the text doesn't change. Right? Look at this. You see? And I would like the text to be also proportional to the size. So, any suggestion? Guys, I use two things to make responsible. One is percentage, the other one is VW. So I can use VW or percentage, and it's going to help, right? Yes, no?
But in order for it to stay the same, to
Say-
shrink it. so
Yes,
that-
yes, this is my idea. I would like to shrink, everything shrink together. So it's going to be H1, right?
Yeah.
Now, because probably in the text, probably I will have other H1s, okay? So the best idea, and I think you guys saw this, would be to call nav first, and then say, I want the H1 that's inside of the text, the nav. So I put H1. And this is what this means. Means that the first one means the container. And the second one is what I'm actually changing. So not only the H1 inside the nav is gonna be affected, nothing else. So this is a way for you to zero in something, okay? And because if I just put H1, every H1 in my website is gonna be changed. And I want just the one inside nav, okay? So things are here I can do. So if I change the width, everything else is going to be okay. So width, I can use percentage, and I'm gonna do both. And by the size, how much percent you would say? 50% of the red? Sort of?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna use 50%. 50% of the container. Okay, so save. It's gonna be a little bigger, I think. No? Okay. H1 50%. H1. What I miss here? Do 3.5 W. Okay, guys, I didn't do this intentionally, but I did. So let me use this. What is wrong here? What did I do wrong?
Because the width, you can use the view.
Okay, yes, the width is the wrong part, but what did I do wrong?
Texas one.
So use the VW.
You cannot use with the VW.
I talked to you this yesterday, and you don't remember.
Now
Everything inside a website is inside a box. Everything inside a website is inside a box.
Oh, it has to be
And
in
when
the box.
when I use the width, I change the box.
So you're gonna have to
I'm
put
going
the
to
box.
background, just to show you, color. And I'm using CC, CC, CC. It's every time I have letters repeating, a repetition of a letter is a shade of gray. Okay, A is going to be lighter. 555555 is going to be very dark. And 88, that's the middle because it's 16, half is 8 is 50%. Okay, so just to show you the box. This is what happened. Okay, so It's not the width, because the width, if I change this to like 20, this is still the box. But I'm changing the box, but I'm not changing the, you see? So width is not what I want. What I want is, anybody? I want to change the font size. Huh? Font size. And now I can go here and put, I want 50%. Let me do 60. Okay. Let me get rid of this. And of course 60, it's kind of smaller. Let's do 80. Oops. What is happening is that it's getting the percentage of the website. So I'm going to use 2.4. This is VW. And start there. And I guess if I use a 5, let me use a 6. Okay, now that I use font size, okay, and I use the VW, now everything is going to shrink together. See? Just a little bit, but this is the base for responsive. Let me show you one more
I'm going to
thing.
save that and then put it on the announcement so that you
Okay,
can see
okay.
about responsive design.
And I would like to show you just one more thing. Do you know how to do a round border?
They don't.
No? It's just for fun.
Yeah, no,
Okay.
definitely.
Now, remember that every time you deal with boxes in HTML, first stop, top, right, left, bottom, left. You start on the top and then go clockwise. Okay? So, border is this way, margin is this way, padding is this way, okay? So, I'm going to create here.
And then we'll see how it
Let me put outside here. I'm going to create a div called, I'm going to use class. Box. And I'm not going to do anything inside. I'm saving. Inside my style. And I call box, right? So the first thing that I'm going to do is the background color. And I'm going to use this color here, FF6622, that's the orange. Now, how do I create a perfect square in CSS? It's a little thinking. It's not anything that's written, but how do you create? First of all, you have to think that, okay, a square is width and height the same, right? So how do I do this? If you try to do it, you're gonna see that's one of the most difficult things to do. You have to do a little thinking about it. Anybody has any idea? How could I use it? I'm gonna start with width. You can see a lot of thinking here, but not an idea miss. An idea miss? No? Okay. I'm gonna use here, let me see, 40 VW. VW is around, it's about the view, okay? So I'm getting a percentage of the view. If I get the same percentage of the view for the width and the height, I get a square. Make sense? So if I do 40, 40, and I go here, and I have my square. And because I'm using VW, it shrinks. Okay? Now, how do I do the round borders? I mean the round corners.
The round corners.
Yes, there is a CSS for round corners.
Would you put border?
Is a border, yes.
Then you would put, is it a word? Would you
Yes,
put,
it's a word. There is a
put
specific.
round?
It's called
Is it border style?
no, it's not border style. Is where is it?
Right? Should make it easier. I mean, I might when I see the face. I don't know. I have to see her. All the carrots from all the carbs. I'm on a carb diet.
Man, I have a blank now. Border.
I just eat all the time. And I don't work out. I used to work out. Oh, thank you. I got a little fudge, but I don't know. I'm good. I used to play soccer a lot. My legs were really good. I did a lot of squats.
Border radius.
Radius, that makes sense.
Okay.
Let's see what that does to your corners, guys.
Okay, again, same thing, guys. Upper left, upper right, bottom right, and bottom left. This is the way it works. Okay. The information that you're gonna give the horizontal and the vertical for each one. If you give one number, like for instance, I'm gonna put 0, 0, 0, 0. Okay? If I put 50% here, 10%. And why I'm using percent? Because it's going to be also responsive. Okay? So if I use 10%, what I'm saying? I'm saying that the upper left, I'm using 10% and 10%.
Right.
Okay? So I do this,
See what that looks like.
I'll do this, and if I didn't make a mistake, I'm going to have there you
There
are.
it is. See you guys? On the top left, you made the corner
I can make
rounded.
I'm gonna make 20.
border radius.
I'm gonna make 20, so this way.
And the other ones
Is-
didn't change, because you see how the other ones have 0?
And this,
The value is 0.
and you're gonna notice that when I don't use margin left, margin top. I don't use anything. I always use this 4 zeros.
4 zeros, right.
For margin, for paragraph, for border, for margin, for padding.
Padding, mhm.
And because I think it's much easier instead of writing margin left, margin right, margin bottom. So I just 0, 0, 0, okay, and I start with 0, and then I plug in my numbers, okay.
And then you can expand
Now
it.
I can use this way. I can do something like, for instance, that I want to make this one and this one. If I want the bottom right, which one I'm using?
Which number is he gonna have to change? The first, second, third, or fourth?
The fourth.
The
Close.
The fourth?
anybody?
Because
Anybody
you go
else?
like this, you don't, or the third.
The third
The
one.
third.
Everybody agrees?
Yep.
Okay, so I'm gonna use, and I can use whatever I
Remember,
want.
take a clock. Go around the clock. You have your top,
20%.
your right, your bottom, your left. So think of it that way. You're always going clockwise.
Oops. Okay, so what's going to happen?
Look how beautiful that looks.
Another handy memory device, because it's TRBL, trouble.
Oh,
Trouble, yep,
Or
yep.
trouble. Yeah, that's smart. Yeah, I like that.
Now, what if I want to make this a circle?
Circle, you
have
may
to change
go to
other
50%,
Say it again.
50% for all of them.
She is right.
Good job. She's
She
really
is
picking
right.
this up.
If I use 50%, 50%, 50%, and 50%, I have a full circle. Why? Because I'm going from here, the middle, to this middle. Okay? So, let me just
Can
show
you do
you.
it, Marcos? They want to see it.
I'm sorry. Let me save. And let me click here. And can you see the 50% effect? Okay, so now if I go 50% here, now remember guys, this one I can also split in two. I can make, for instance, 20% in one side and 10% in the other side. It's going to be first horizontal and then vertical. Make sense? Each corner, it has a horizontal and vertical, right? Vertical part and horizontal, right? So this number here that I'm giving for both horizontal and vertical, I'm giving the same 50%. But I can change this and put a comma, would be two numbers here. And put two numbers with comma, and the first one is horizontal and the first one is vertical. Makes sense what I'm saying, or it's confusing?
Show them so they can see how it looks when
Yeah.
it's a circle.
Yeah.
So
Okay,
you're not, the whole point of this is you're not limited to a box.
exactly.
You can
can
put
do
your
any
stuff into
shape,
a
huh?
circle, into any shape, right?
Okay.
All you have to,
So this is good, for instance, those websites that has a circle with a picture inside.
think outside
This is the way you
box,
do. I can put a picture inside.
Right?
So-
Everything we see is in frames
So
and boxes.
if I go 50% here,
Think outside the box. I wish my laptop was a circle.
Oh my God.
and
You see small picture. You can see everything circle.
But our eyes are circles. Why is everything else square?
I mean, maybe it is a circle, I think it's a square.
What are those dots?
and I have a perfect and I have a perfect circle.
I love it. That looks so
If you want to
great.
move it on the center of the page,
If you want to move in the center, what do I do? What do I do to move this circle to the center?
Padding?
Padding is one. Why padding?
Why padding?
No, I'm not trying to. Why padding?
Why?
I know. I am the law.
Okay,
Peasants.
okay. He means that there is a confusion here. I
Yeah,
said no. When I'm the question was if I want to center this, what do I use? And the word was padding. So means that there is a confusion here. Okay, what is padding?
Usually move the word.
Okay.
So it's the inside of the box.
Remember what I said about in the red one about a box? Remember what I said, everybody? Okay. Every word is inside of everything in web design in HTML inside a box. So I have this is my logo, a word. This is the content. The red one is the box, right? The space between the content, in this case, this is my logo, and the outside in the box, this is padding. So if I go here and I say, here, H1, right, that I want a padding. And again, I'm using 0, 0, 0, 0. Okay? And if I go, okay, which one you would like to add space? On top? Let's do on top. Okay? So if I go here,
That's what they're asking. Yeah, that's what they're asking. So center.
and I do 20 pixels, just to show. So according to this, and because I'm using the top, I'm gonna add space where? Here, right? Everybody agrees? Because I'm using.
Oh, you do the contain right now?
Yes, because I'm using the container of H1, that's the red one. In fact, I'm not using the red one, I'm sorry. But that's okay. The red one is not the container, okay? So let's use in the container here. Let's show.
Really loving this.
Background,
Really engaged. Learning a
background,
lot.
I still don't know a lot.
color. Which color should I use here? Let's put 00, FF 00. Okay, so which color is going to be this? 00, FF 00. Anybody? Any guess?
Yeah, that's white, right? 00 is white, right?
00 is black.
00 black and white.
FF is white. FF is white, but which place is this? Green. So it's going to be green.
Yeah, that's
Okay,
what's supposed
so my box is going to be green. But did you see what happens? I have a space on top. If I delete this 20 and put 0, oops, 0, my space, you see, disappear. So means that padding is the space between the container, what is inside, and the border. Okay, this is padding. Now,
Is that the right
now,
there is a padding?
yes. Now, if I want to move the green down, what do I use?
Separate up the padding.
No, padding is inside.
Oh, okay. You want to bring the green
The
down?
only thing that I'm gonna get if I add padding is to make the green bigger
Oh, make the green bigger.
from inside out.
So you can,
So if I want to move, for instance, not to the top because it's gonna be a little confused, but if I want to move the green to the right side, for a space here, what do? I use margin. Okay, so margin is what's gonna move things.
That was funny. I thought it was. Okay.
And again, guys, I use 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. I'm sorry, 0, 0, 0. Okay, and if I want to add to the left side, I'm gonna use this, right? So I'm gonna put 10 pixels here.
What?
Okay?
How come we still have the red like that?
You see, I put a space.
10%?
I put a space in the left side, so I use a margin 10 pixels. Okay. Now, coming back to the center of the circle. How do I center the circle?
Margin.
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 Do you agree?
No.
Do you guys agree?
Yeah.
Okay. How do I center using margin?
How do you center?
You know
Width of the
that.
viewport.
You know that. Just a minute.
The width.
No,
The
you
width
know.
of the viewport.
Now, I'm gonna center this using margin. An idea? Okay. So according to what I heard, I should go here and use margin, right?
Yes.
And I heard of somebody saying center. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna put center.
Not go anywhere.
I'm so wrong.
Meaning that the center has no meaning for margin. There is no meaning for margin using the word center.
Okay.
Again,
So
I'm
we
gonna
have to use the pizza
now
or
I'm
we
gonna
have to use
start.
the
I'm gonna start this always margin. I start this way: 0, 0, 0, 0.
Zero.
Okay. Okay. This is something that took me a while to figure out, but which side of margin you are using to
So we
center?
use the number second and number third. We change that to, the second 0 and the third 0. We change that to number.
Where do you want to move
She
it?
knows what she's talking about. The second one and the
And the
last
third
one,
one.
the last one, because you are doing left and right.
Think of it,
Right,
yeah.
right, right.
Okay,
Second
so
and the third and the fourth.
the way to do this,
25%.
auto
Auto. And auto.
is. I'm sorry, guys. Don't ask me why is that, because unfortunately I don't have an answer for this. So margin, auto, and auto, because you are affecting the left side and the right side.
And if you always want it to be centered and
Is going-
automatically when it's resized.
Exactly. So by using auto, okay, means that if I use any other number, would be stuck here. But because it's centered, is again
It'll automatically.
is going to
go
be,
the center.
look,
So Marcos, if you do auto on the left side, would it like take it all the way at the end?
it's gonna give you a percentage based on the way they created the CSS. But by doing this, you kind of say, okay, I push here, but this one is pushing,
So it's kind of
It's like
like
two-
a percentage, and it just kind of knows when the screen goes down that it's the center. Or?
Let me put this way, let's see, make sense. Two guys doing the tug war. The guy have the same power, won't move.
Yeah.
Make sense?
Yeah.
Won't move because they are both strong. So if auto is strong and auto is strong, they are gonna keep fighting. Okay, it's in the center. Make sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
So how
Make-
do we ring the circle down a little bit from the top?
Okay, which one you?
Question I
Okay,
would
you
ask.
have the answer. You
The
have the
first
answer.
one.
First
The
one.
first
First one. Now, how much you want to go down?
We want to go like 10 or 20%.
Good.
Kim, I feel like
So
you're-
this is the
learn a lot.
reason.
You learn a lot
Yes, yes, and this is the
Yeah.
reason I like
This one
to
I still
use.
have the file on the middle. I still have to learn a lot.
This
before I
is
reach this
this is the
point.
reason I like to use 4000 to start, because you see, she just told me I'd like to go down a little bit. Automatically, I go to the first one and I apply my percentage. You said 20, right?
Yeah, 20%.
20%. Oops. And I save. Okay. Go down. Okay. And you see percentage. And this is what responsive is all
Can you
about.
make the eclipse?
I'm-
No, just kidding.
And this is what the responsive is all about. I create a circle, proportional, okay? And the 20%, so this 20% is also change height. The auto is gonna change also proportional. So everything in this little tiny thing is proportional. It's responsive.
If you put something on the box,
Which box?
that circle box,
The circle, okay?
if we put some text in there, you
Okay.
can put text in there, right?
Okay.
How we do it? We
You just go here.
go into the body? Is
You-
that the body?
No, you said inside the box, right?
Oh,
I
yeah,
call
yeah,
this
yes.
I call this box. Okay?
Yeah. And then we enter.
And I enter. And I go here. And you want text, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna put the H2. Okay?
H2, because we have H1 already.
But I'm gonna use H2 because I think H1 is gonna be too big.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah, that's true. Ooh,
Okay,
I learned
H2. Oops. H2.
Two.
And I will just put the word hello.
Welcome to my website. Hello.
Okay,
Right, I'll-
I'm gonna just put a hello and this.
Yeah.
Okay, now because I'm using this, I know that's going to be on the top. Why this happens? This is a good question. Why is the hello is over there? I put the word hello inside the circle. Why is over there? First of all, did you guys notice that everything in HTML always wants to go to the upper left, like a magnet? Boom.
Yeah, by default, right?
By default. So that's why it's doing that. And the circle is an illusion. The circle doesn't exist. Yes, it doesn't exist. It's an illusion. So the HTML is ignoring the illusion and is putting the upper left.
Where is the commands for the circle? Where is it in the body? Is that what you-
No, it's in the circle. It's in the. I called this div box.
Oh, okay.
Is this in 53 here?
It's inside of it.
Okay, and the CSS is commanding box. Makes sense?
Yeah.
Makes sense?
Yeah, I
No,
think,
here, makes sense?
I think for the commands that you did for the circle, maybe add an H2, right?
Yes.
And the
Mhm.
CSS, just kind of give it, okay, this is also included in there as well.
Okay, everybody makes sense what he's saying?
Say that again?
He's saying that in order for me to act, to change this position, what I should do is to go to box to create box
Trying to make it all
That
fast.
will be class?
H2, right? Yes, because I use a class.
Bagels do make things.
Okay.
Okay?
Look at how cute. I love it. That is my fun.
So what do I do now?
Box
That-
H2.
Text, something with text?
Say it again.
Text?
Text, okay.
Text something.
Text align
something,
center.
Text align center, yes, is one. Okay, text align Center.
They're really cute. I really like them.
Okay, it's in the center horizontally. Now, what about vertically?
Horizon. You need the horizon. I don't know if we had the horizon.
Maybe do like a padding or something?
Padding
On
could
the
be,
top?
padding could be, but what I would suggest that you do what? Use the
You know what?
percent.
Sometimes
Use,
when it doesn't make sense, the best thing to do is just give up. I'm just kidding. No. Do like I was gonna say a background color or the hello, just kind of get an
he
idea of where
just
it's
said
at.
something that I use all the time. I put a background color to see what's going on
Yeah,
first.
see what's going on.
Okay, so if I go here,
Don't do what Ryan did.
I was wondering why.
Missing, don't be Ryan.
It's just
Oh, you broke it?
So we want what? We want like
So far back in it.
I like the backing
let's
though.
see.
I'm listening. I'm listening.
You lean so far back and you want it to snap the thing underneath the chair. Or the seat.
I know, I
So
know.
you couldn't like sit and stay the way you
Who did that right?
are.
I'm gonna use AA.
what else? AA.
Is a green. Gray, I'm sorry, gray.
How do you remember? How do you know all the words with the color?
I can show you how I remember that. Okay, now,
Oh, great.
okay, here. Emo told me that if I put the background color, it's going to be easy for me to see what's going on. Yes, this is exactly what I do. Okay, so the word hello is in the center, horizontal. Okay, now what do I do?
I would
You
say
have to ring
margin
it
top.
down. You have to ring
Margin
the
top.
top.
Okay,
Yeah. So the circle was like 20%. We want to bring it down to 50%. Does that work?
okay. Say it again. I'm sorry. Say it again.
Forgot now. You want to bring it down?
No, I want to lower to put the words in the
Yes,
center.
lower to the center.
So what should I use?
You use, what did I just say?
I mean margin top, I guess.
Okay, let's try margin. Okay.
Margin top, and like for the numbers, you just kind of have to wing it, right? For the pixels.
Margin center.
First thing that I do, 0, 0, 0, 0. Okay.
Yeah. Check yourself.
Okay. Now let's try the top.
The top, yeah, the top and.
Let me put 30%.
Yeah. And the fourth spot?
Although
30%.
although this can be a little tricky,
30%
Couldn't you
top.
do pixels as well? Like, does it really matter?
okay, let me see. It didn't work. Do you know why?
Because it
That
does-
is that is a situation that, and this happens to text. The margin top always try to match with the other margin and give this.
I got you, yeah.
It's something that happens. I mean, it's kind of hard to explain, but the best thing is to use padding for the text.
Oh,
Padding?
padding for the
Yes,
text?
I would use padding for the text.
Do you think it's gonna be in the circle with that?
Yes. So it's going to be padding. So I'm gonna change it to padding,
Padding for the text.
and that's
And then
it.
refresh.
And if I do this,
Wait a minute, that's not.
okay. Now remember that the box of the H2.
So
Okay.
it's overlapping.
Yes, but I'm gonna get rid of this
Yeah, you don't
background.
want
Yeah,
the
yeah,
background.
okay.
You don't need the background.
No.
So just a little bit more, maybe
So you
So-
delete the
50%.
background.
So let me do something that I can do here. Font size. How much did I use before? It was 5, right? Let me use 3, 4, 3 VW.
A 3V, that's a real.
So
You
what's
get
the
rid of the
VW?
background too?
Let me use, let me, yes, I will. And background. So now that you know what's going on, I can get rid of it.
Right.
Okay. And
Yeah.
it's not in the center yet, right? So what I have to do is to play with this number.
So
Maybe
the
50%.
padding, you have to do the padding down to 50% or 40%.
Let's see, 50%.
530?
530, no, not yet. Get rid of the 30.
Oops, I didn't save.
And you need to have a space, right?
Let's see. Too much, right?
40%.
40 or 45%. That's my guess.
I think 40% would be good.
Ah, come on. Ooh, there you are. 40. And
You said?
there you are. I think we kind of, maybe a little bit more, but basically.
I think that's good. So you do text alignment, center, font size, and padding.
Yep. Let me move this to the side so this way you guys can see it. What if I want to put a circle inside a circle?
Put something inside a circle.
No, another circle. Anybody? If I want to put a circle inside another circle.
The circle on this circle.
Yep.
Would you do the same thing? Instead of text, you're gonna put
Another circle.
another circle.
Yep.
Oh, so you create like what you create before,
Mm-hmm.
and then move it into the center. Is it? That'd
Would
be
you
fun.
guys be able to create, for instance, the Target logo doing this way? You think? How many circles I would use?
5?
Anybody can remember how the Target logo is?
You have the red, and then you have the white, you have the red inside.
So
it's
how
all
many
3
circles? 3 circles, the outside, right?
Yeah,
Well, outside would make which color?
red. The
Red.
outside was
And
you have a
then-
circle, white one in the middle, and then you have a red in the.
So it would be
red
3
side.
circles.
Yeah.
Okay, and I would have to center them,
Oh, that'll be tough.
right? Wanna try?
No.
Let's try.
So you create the other one. It will be called like what?
So first of all, I'm gonna get rid of this text here. Oh no, I'm sorry.
No, that's. So now you're
so
gonna.
I'm gonna
do the
call-
box, another
so-
box, right?
Remember to diet.
Now,
Okay.
you have to-
Okay, and I'm gonna color this, and I will delete this also. And okay, I have this one, right? And I will, okay, this one is okay, this one is okay, and margin is okay too.
Riding a bike, killing
Yeah.
everyone.
Okay, so this one,
You can change,
Plans.
anybody, for me to make this red?
red.
Any suggestion?
Just write red. I just write red.
I like to make it more difficult.
This portfolio.
It'll be difficult.
Okay, so this is going to be red. And if I go
Because
here,
it's RGB, right?
RGB, yes. So
Yeah,
this is the first
RGB.
one. Okay,
Ah,
now, how do I create the second one?
Go in between.
box 2, box 1, box 2.
If you want to say Facebook or whatever. So this is the link. And then you gotta actually make the text appear.
So I'm gonna create a second one, right?
So whatever's in white is gonna appear on that page.
create another D.
And I'm gonna put a class because I need to make, to find a way. I'm gonna call box 2.
Buck on.
Box 2.
Okay.
Oh, come on, what is it?
Buck 2 and
You're what?
Okay, guys, now when we are doing this, we need to pay attention. Okay, this
you
one
gotta
is
make them,
40,
yeah.
right?
right.
This one is 40. So I have to, my other circle has to be less than 40. Do you agree?
Less than 40, yes.
Because 40 is my size.
Yeah. Make it 50.
Width and height, my is 40. So this has to be, I'm creating the target logo. Okay? So I have my first circle, and I'm gonna create now the white one, right? That's the second one. Everybody? Okay, so what I'm saying is that in order to create the white one, has to be less than 40.
Right,
Make sense?
yes.
Okay, so and I call this one box. Oops, dot.
And this is all just CSS, guys.
Buck 2.
Yep.
There's no.
Then you put a buck 2,
First of all, which color I'm gonna use?
background.
White.
No, what?
Okay. So it's going to be background color. It is going to be any guess? FF, FF, FF. Okay? Because it's white. Okay. Now
Oh, look at it. Did you get it?
I have to play with.
No.
I'm gonna do this. I'm going to
Honestly, it's fine.
width. I'm gonna put it 30, just to see what's going to happen.
Should read the small.
There's some vending machines yet. When are they coming?
And I have also to do my. If I do this way here, what's going to happen? Anybody?
So what's the VW again?
Vertical,
Because the top one is bigger.
vertical width.
Viewport width.
VW, right?
Is it like pixels?
Yes, but
It's like, yeah, percentage.
do you think it's gonna be a circle inside another circle? Why?
So why is that better than like percent?
Maybe like a square.
It's gonna be a square because I didn't use the border radius yet. Okay, so I didn't. What is the border radius here? So if I do this,
Marco, Alan wants to know why would you use VW instead of percentage?
VW.
Are you getting both sides, kind of like 30 and 30?
The percentage, the reason I'm using VW is because of this vertical proportion that's really hard, and the percentage, you get nothing.
Okay.
If you do height 100%, nothing happens. The only way to control the height is using VW. I know, I don't know, it's a really good question because,
That's like the main thing you use.
I'm sorry?
They were using pixels and M percentage.
Yes, the pixels, you're gonna have something static, always the same size. But if you want to go responsive, you have to use all percentage because it's gonna be proportional to something. Percentage means it's in relation to something. I'm average in relation to other people, right? It's always now. That's why if you use a pixel or M, you're gonna have always the same size no matter what.
Right.
Now, if you want this, all percentage of VW.
And if you do VW, you have to use VW for everything? No, you use
No,
percentage
no,
for
no. I
writing.
can
Okay.
combine them. Okay.
So I mean, with VW, you're getting the top too. Like it's
Yes,
The top two
yes,
is
that's
also
a hard
responsive.
thing to do. That's why VW, I use VW. Okay?
Okay.
Now, the reason why, do you know why I get the white inside? I made a mistake. I made a mistake here, let me show you. Okay. What is my mistake? Okay, let me give you a hint. Line 36 and line 44. They are doing the same box, so this should be, because I called box 2. Yep. So box 2, okay, save. And then when I go here, I have a square, because I didn't do the border radius yet, okay?
So will the border radius
Is the
be, like the way that we did it in the HTML book, you know, you're supposed to kind of optimize it for each like browser, you know,
Okay.
because it might show up a little differently.
Okay.
Does the border radius do that
So
automatically?
far, they say that I've tested in Safari, Chrome, Firefox, and I forgot the last one. No, Opera. No, it's, oh boy.
So it's totally
And
fine.
all of them are fine
Yeah.
with this.
Because you
okay.
pretty much needed like an HTML book, like
Mm-hmm.
15, you know, sets of codes to achieve the same thing.
Mm-hmm. Border radius. And I will do 50% also. Oh, if I use only one number, 50%, means that all 4 obey the same rule. Okay, so I can put here just 50%, and it's going to be, means that all 4 ones are going to follow. Okay, so if I go save,
Can't break it because it's broken, right?
okay, what is missing in this thing now?
Margin.
I have to center, right?
Yeah.
Everybody agrees? Okay, so I'm gonna do one at a time,
50.
because whatever I do in one is going on the left is going to be also on the right, because it's a circle.
Can you,
So I'm gonna use a margin and 0 like I always do. And let me do this one. By looking at this, because this is a try and error,
Put the cube on.
how much you think, because, even here, I use 40% here and 30%. What is the difference? 10, right? So I would say that the difference between would be 5, right? Maybe even not 5. It's 10. 10 divided by 2 because it's 10 one side, 10 another side. Makes sense what I'm saying here, guys?
10%?
Okay?
Little math.
It's a little math that I'm doing because I have a 40 here, 30 here.
30
The
here.
difference is 10, but I have to keep in the center, so it's going to be half in one side, half in another side is 5. So
Okay,
let's see if it
5%.
works. So 5.
It has to be the top one,
Come on.
the first 0?
No, it's this one. I'm using the left side,
Oh, you use the
So
left side?
5, let's use a percent and see what percent gives me.
No.
No. So let's
You're
use,
gonna
let's
have to do
use VW.
maybe 20%. Oh, you do.
Let's use VW and see.
Yeah,
Okay.
that works.
Now, can I use a percent? Yes, but I have to figure out, okay, 40 is gonna be 100%. 30, how much percent is this of 40? Make sense? And then divided by 2. Okay. Now, since I use this, I'm gonna use the same thing on here. And this is where it gets tricky. 5 VW. Come on. And then,
It would now.
yes, as I thought, it's not working.
No, it's not good.
Because when you use top, for some reason, they combine together.
Yeah.
So, what is the solution here?
You're gonna
Any, because this is going to be always an issue. When you apply margin top, it's going to always happen this. When you have one thing inside the other.
Right.
So one solution would be to use padding. But a padding is going to make the red one bigger. Because it always increases.
Right.
Okay? But I could use padding. Okay?
I think
I can do something like that. I can
Oh,
make
wait a minute. Michael,
yes.
you should put outer on the second spot, second zero, and
I can do
Outer?
this.
Can you
I
do
can
the
do
outer?
yes. I can do this. This is another option, and I like it. Okay. I could also come here, 0, auto, 0, auto. Great. Perfect. And I'm gonna get the same thing.
didn't work.
So,
So
So this is something that I learned really early when I was using computer. That you can do at least in two ways, the same thing. Anything in computer. I've been able to use 5, it's not always, 5 different ways to do the same thing. So what Kim just said, it was another way to do the same thing, using auto. Now the problem is still the top.
20% was on the
And I
top
don't
one.
like the padding because the padding you don't have control because it's going to increase the size of the red. Any suggestion?
Can we do 30% on that zero, the first zero, and 30% oh no, just one down to 30%.
You could probably
Because
make like-
remember, the big one, it was like
Part with this,
20%, so we want to bring it a little
Right.
lower.
Mm-hmm.
Let's try 30%.
yeah, that's not crazy.
Do you think it would work? 30% on the box 2 margin. Because the top one
I
only 20%.
have a solution for this,
You have?
but it involves something more complicated that they never saw before. So I think that is better not mess.
Yeah.
What I can do, I can create a div,
Div?
and put the div in between the red and the white, you know, and
Oh.
because it's invisible, it's not there, and it's going to be 5 VW. Okay, so it would be something like that. Because when I created the logo, I used something else. Okay, but it's going to be too complicated. Kim, the reason I cannot use the top is because it doesn't work for some reason.
For some reason?
Yes, the margin for the top doesn't work. Average with the container and doesn't nothing
So
happen.
you're gonna have to do different way.
I think this is a bug. But okay, so I will go here and inside I'm going to create another div.
Man, so many div.
And I'm gonna call class spacer Make sense? And it's just going to be a spacer, like I'm saying, just be a spacer too. So I go back here. Spacer. And I will put height. Let's see if this 5W helps. And
Now it's on the
let's
cat
see.
Oh, that's nice.
You did it. Looks good.
Okay.
So,
Now,
what did you
to
do?
make this complete, maybe we should shrink the white one first, right? I don't know if the proportion is
Space,
there, but now we created the third one, and we do the same thing.
Can we go ahead and take a break? That way we can show everyone Joe's portfolio, because I want to show them the ones that he created. But this has been really good. Did you guys enjoy this? I want to thank Marcos.
Okay, now a challenge, guys, would be to create the Captain America shield.
And then I want to pause it to see how it looks too. Okay, guys. Joe, do you have your project one in FileZilla? I want to show you guys what Joe has done too.
You already have the project on with that?
Yeah, he's on it. Remember, what we're looking for is a root folder named business website. And there he has it. So far so good. And he has it outside of his HTML folder. Is it in there already? Okay. And then you guys can see. So we've seen Jesus. We've seen Marcos do some CSS and responsive design. And now we're going to see Joe's project one. So you guys have a nice idea and creative juices flowing to get you started on project one, right? Yeah?
I haven't started.
Okay, but we're confident. If you haven't gotten started, that's okay. Just make sure that all these ideas are being shown in your project number one.
Like I learned how to underline stuff.
Oh, Jesus has made some changes. You want me to show him your changes?
Let me have to upload.
Okay. Jesus thinks, I think, from looking at Marcos and seeing the way that boxes work within boxes, he went ahead and put small boxes in his project. So I'll show you his as well. Anybody else want me to show theirs? Rudy, how about yours? No? How about yours, Tristan?
I haven't started on that yet.
Okay.
Alright, it should be in here.
Remember, we're starting Microsoft Office next week, so make sure you're getting started on it, because then we're changing gears completely. I think a week is more than enough time to work on a project. It's 25 hours. It's a long time. Okay, so let's see what he's done that's different.
Assignment.
Oh, look, he kept his nav bar the same, so that looks good. Uh-oh, wait, there's something wrong yet. Oh, you know what it is?
Huh.
I have to clear my browser history.
Oh, yeah, because I did fancy stuff.
Yeah, he's done other stuff, so let me clear my browser history. Because sometimes, remember with these computers, we have to make sure we can clear it out so that way.
Yes, I have a problem. Angela's problem was exactly this.
Was it?
There
It
was
sucks.
nothing wrong what she did. It was just the
So we have the quick Amy box? Is there any
No.
way that we can?
Nope, just the ones that have Jesus on it. That's it. This one's probably gonna make me clear my whole thing. I'll do that. You don't have to.
Like 1,000 of them.
Sometimes it does that.
good job, but
No, I'm,
you remember things. You just don't trust yourself.
no, on the coding, I'm not good. But on those stuff, I'm drawing. I know how to draw. So I can see like the picture of shape.
Whoa, there it
Oh,
goes.
pretty.
So you see, he went ahead and put a box to signify Unit A, and then underneath it are the links to the IC1, IC2. So he's been working on that.
Good job.
So you guys see that? And then it goes all the way down to Unit E.
I
Maybe,
like the font size nice too, huh? I like the font size.
yeah. And then maybe make sure you put it back to top.
Papyrus, like papyrus.
Yeah.
It looks good. And then his nav bar is now consistent. He went ahead and named it. I would say choose one, maybe portfolio or assignments, but if you want to put both, that's okay. Looks good. So this is all I'm asking for. I'm just asking for a simple website. Your footer, your content should be your assignments. Your nav bar should be home, portfolio. Which template did you use? Lake Reads or did you use a template like Unit E, Unit D?
Unit E, IC2.
Unit EIC2 is his template, and then there's his logo, and then his home says,
I'm still working on that.
welcome to my website. But still, good. And then he put project 1. Good job, Jesus. All right, Joe, we ready for yours? Here's a whole different website, again, to give you guys ideas. So again, he has business website, good.
Ooh.
This is Joe's, very good. His is a whole nother color scheme. He's got blues going on.
I like to do.
And then, Joe, do you want to present yours?
Go ahead and read what your welcome
Big,
page
what
is
does
and all of
that
that.
mean? Body, I mean, hand angle.
On the whole page, I put web development skills. The red one, become a web developer, specializing in front end development, also learning how to stay with development cycles,
Yeah, I need to
dynamic
remember all of that, and
projects.
then it would.
Well versed in
but the
numerous
red ones are-
programming languages,
The red ones are-
JavaScript, SQL,
Now,
C strong background.
to make a difference between
in the project management and customer relationship.
Very
So
good.
I just
We see
kind
your
of
name in this class.
like read over some stuff that kind of made me go
There
there.
is 3 people
And
from
then
one.
if you go to portfolio, it's just
She
the
says, Kim, what's gonna happen?
beginning process
So
of me
everybody, oh, yeah.
me who I am,
So
and
all
address
three
to school,
emails.
my school email. I haven't finished the writing yet, where it's gonna go into
How
assignments.
do you make a difference between this P and P?
Because it's on the type on there.
I just did that
What I
right.
call the ID. So this is for you to make a difference.
And then assignments, you're still working on that, right?
Yeah, I just gotta start, just
Everybody's gonna
finish it up.
change,
Right.
okay? And when I use it,
Very good.
Into two.
I change only that one. I know that I'm.
You guys like his color scheme?
To the other two again.
It's very
So that's
calm.
why I
Use
use
it
the
on
separate
the-
from.
In class also.
The generator?
Cool,
The
yeah.
color hunt?
Like color,
Yeah, all of that.
color
I
something.
need to know.
Oh,
all
cooler.
of that. Like when you go to
We'll
like,
do, we'll do it.
when.
I love it, very good.
CSS. Now all these.
Okay. We good?
Yeah.
Let me stop recording.
Oh, yes.
Oh, we've been
yes,
recording this whole thing?
yes,
I've been recording this whole time.
yes.